G'day everyone, I am Savar Guru and I am excited to be representing Group 3 today. So, in our presentation, we'll explore three important concepts that are reshaping the future of business and leadership. So, the first concept we will be discussing is about stakeholder capitalism, which emphasizes creating value for all parties. So, this leads us to our central question: what are the key principles of stakeholder capitalism? Next, we will explore the concept of incomplete leader. No leader is without flaws, and that is perfectly fine. Our focus question here is: how do incomplete leaders compensate for their weaknesses? And finally, we will look at leaders' behaviors, the everyday action that shapes a leader's impact. Therefore, our key question here will be: how can leader behaviors play a pivotal role in the depth of leadership? Let's get started and see how these concepts are shaping the future of business and leadership. So, back in 2019, 118 CEOs from leading companies signed a declaration under the Business Roundtable stating that business should prioritize not only shareholders but also employees, customers, suppliers, and communities. This pivotal moment underscored the shift from shareholder capitalism, which centers solely on profit, to stakeholder capitalism, where creating long term value for all stakeholders becomes the ultimate goal. Let's explore the concept further through key principle, which visualizes in map concept I have here. The first principle is principle of cooperation. One of the foundational ideas of stakeholder capitalism is value creation through cooperation. We see how cooperation creates value and stakeholders collaborate rather than act out of isolated self-interest. For example, companies that cooperate with employee, suppliers, and customers are often outperform those that only focuses on a profit margin. This cooperation builds mutual trust and help achieve shared goals. As the map shows, collaboration helps in meeting mutual goals through voluntary agreement, which are essential for satisfying shared desires. Ultimately, this kind of value creation results in win-win outcome for all. The second principle is principle of stakeholder engagement. Think about companies like Unilever, which involves multiple stakeholders like decision-making process. This stakeholder ranges from customers to employees, suppliers, and communities. Businesses that actively engages with their stakeholder foster deeper independence. As you can see on the map, this engagement leads to continuous interaction and transaction. It emphasizes that no single group should dominate decision making. This dynamic is an outgoing process which is crucial in navigating ever-changing complexities of today's business world. The third principle is principle of responsibilities. A significant pillar for stakeholder capitalism is responsibility. Unlike traditional model where business prioritizes profit, stakeholder capitalism demands accountability. Think about when Volkswagen was caught on the emission scandal. It wasn't just shareholder who were impacted. Employees, customers, and communities suffered too. Stakeholder capitalism requires companies to take responsibilities for all their actions and consequences, building trust among stakeholders as well. As shown in the map, these responsibilities results in sustainable business practices. Accountability and ethical behavior fosters long-term relationships with stakeholders, which is essential for sustaining value over time. The fourth principle is principle of complexity. Human behavior is not just black and white. Individuals have different innovation, motivations, values that influences how they act. Businesses, like people, operate in complex social environments. For example, decisions about environment are influenced by people's and social movement, and also government policies and community expectations. The map shows that human nature and social influences plays a vital role in shaping business actions, which often creates a ripple effect across various stakeholder groups. Recognizing this differentiating impact is key, as no two stakeholders are affected in the same way. Hence, the fifth principle is principle of continuous creation. Innovation and problem solving are fueled by continuous creation. Companies like Tesla, for instance, have redefined their electric vehicle market through innovation and collaboration. Working with various stakeholders, from engineers to environmentalists, they have created new value streams. As the map outlines, progress is driven by collaboration with the stakeholders, and this in turn fosters innovation. Businesses must continuously innovate and adapt to create long term value. The sixth principle is principle of emergent competition. Finally, emergent for competition. While many capitalism as inherently competitive, stakeholder capitalism encourages cooperation first. The competition is seen as an emergent property, not as a foundational assumption. A perfect example is tech industry, where companies like Microsoft and Google collaborate in such areas such as cloud computing while still competing in other domains. As the map shows, healthy competition gives stakeholder more options and leads to better outcome while still encouraging business to focus on cooperation. So, in conclusion, stakeholder capitalism is all about balancing interest of all groups connected to the business, not just shareholders, whether through competition, corporation, engagement, responsibility, or innovation. The goal is to create sustainable and long-lasting values. This is a model of capitalism and recognizes the complexity of human nature and the benefits of working together for the progress.